Welcome to NAN Villa Weekly Review. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has briefed President Bola Tinubu on Guinea-Bissau's political crisis following its disputed presidential election and subsequent military takeover. Jonathan, who led the ECOWAS observation mission, said it was customary to update Nigeria's leader on regional developments ahead of an expected meeting of ECOWAS heads of state.
The key thing is that election was concluded. Tallying of the results was almost concluded. In fact, the results are known. And the key thing is that the winner of that election must be announced. Well, they cannot kick out the military with force, otherwise people will die. But let us know the winner of the election.
President Bola Tinubu, represented by Vice President Shettima, says it is time for Africa to occupy permanent seats on the United Nations Security Council with all associated privileges, including the veto. He said this during the first plenary session on peace, security, governance, and multilateralism at the 7th African Union-European Union Summit in Luanda, Angola. Vice President Shettima has urged emerging Islamic scholars in Nigeria and across Africa to preserve and promote Sheikh Dahiru Usman Bauchi's enduring message of tolerance, dialogue, and inclusivity. Shettima made the appeal after attending the burial of the late Sheikh Dahiru Usman Bauchi in Bauchi, Bauchi State.
We lost an octopus. We lost an institution. The last of the great titans. May Allah grant his soul eternal rest and reward him with his Al-Jannah Firdaus. And may Allah grant the family and millions of his followers the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss.
Vice President Shettima has called for deeper collaboration between the executive and legislative arms of government. Shettima spoke during a dinner with National Assembly members organized by the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, at the Presidential Villa, Abuja.
The true essence of democracy manifests not only in respecting the legislature, but in appreciating the indispensable role each arm plays in the architecture of governance.
Vice President Shettima has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to transforming Nigeria's education sector through increased funding and comprehensive reforms. Shettima spoke in Maiduguri at the 50th anniversary of the University of Maiduguri, Borno State.
And no society that neglects education survives the attrition of time. For knowledge remains the only inheritance in value to use. And so, as we gather to celebrate half a century of this distinguished institution, we are affirming the immortality of an idea. The idea that human beings, regardless of path or class, can rise to their fullest potential through the power of learning.
The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, hosted members of the National Assembly to a special dinner at the State House Banquet Hall, where discussions focused on national challenges and democratic progress. During the dinner, she appealed for the passage of the Gender Parity Bill, known as the Reserved Seats for Women Bill, and called for stronger engagement between legislature and the presidency to advance national development.
Tonight presents us with a unique opportunity to explore the future of our children, especially through women's representation across the country, particularly with regards to the reserved seats for women bill that is before the National Assembly.